I've seen so many different people say, I'm good at social media. I should make it my job. And they should, but they don't, ever. I'm Chris Cunningham. I'm one of the founding members of ClickUp. I built our social presence from nothing into what it is today. I've also helped brands like Oracle, BET, Celsius, and many more hire out their social teams. So if you're one of those people who are good in social media and you want to make it a career, I'm going to give you a step-by-step framework to get a full-time job in social media in tech ASAP. Let's get right to it. Step number one, find 5 companies that you're passionate about. Ones that you really love, you respect their mission, you get their product, and you could see yourself working for. Because if you don't, it's not even worth applying. Now don't apply just yet, because I'm going to help you out. Step number 2, you kind of need to know what you're doing. And I get it. There's no degrees in college for social media. But when you come to this interview, you need to show these companies you have a plan. Now I can't do all the work for you, even though I kind of do in the last step, but I'm going to give you some high-level ideas. There's a lot of different ways to go about social media and tech, but you need to find something that really works for your brand and your audience. So first, know what that audience is and how you can reach them. Now, my opinion to you, reach them differently on every single platform. I'm not going to rank them here because it's really different for everyone, but I'll give you a general idea. Number 1 is LinkedIn, and that's just because that's where all the business people are. If you want to get someone's attention on LinkedIn, you need to teach them. You need to add value. You need to give them something they can take away and be better at their job. That's what works. You can entertain a little bit. Some memes work. So make sure you have a little mixture to your style. Use static images, use carousels, and use videos to do this. TikTok. TikTok's a little different. You can go either way. You can teach people or you can entertain them. I went the entertainment route for my company, but you can do both. Either works. This is always going to be short form content. My advice to you, find a creator, someone who's done this before, because certain people get TikTok and they're always going to perform much better than someone you just have working at your company. And this is really the same for Reels and Shorts. The third most important, where I would put your focus, is YouTube. And again, YouTube is the same. You can teach someone or you can entertain them. But you need to find a creator who understands that platform too. But keep in mind that YouTube is evergreen. So you want to really make videos that people could be searching. So think about your audience, think about problems they have, or think about things they want to learn, and make content towards that. Really help them. I'm not saying those are the only 3 platforms you need to be on. You need to be omnipresent and be everywhere. But if you create content for those 3, you can usually purpose things out and handle the rest. Step number 3, you know what you're going to create, but now how are you going to create it? I'm going to give you some advice. What I would do is I would come up with a plan and say, hey, I'm going to find one really good creator who can create TikToks for us, YouTubes for us, everything. Find that one person. You want to show them you're scrappy. Then for your other content, your static images and things like that you're going to use for LinkedIn and for Instagram, you want to find a designer for that too. You could use an agency, but they don't tend to work as fast as I would like. I like to find one person who gets a style and they can pump that content out. And then you're going to need a writer for this. That's mainly for your LinkedIn posts and everything else. Someone who gets a style. I don't really want someone who just has a degree. I want someone who's actually studied social media writing. So find that person. So show them, hey, hopefully you already have these resources, but if you don't, I'll go find them for you. This is how we're going to build our machine to pump out content all the time. Now, I'm telling you all this not because I'm putting you through school. I do want you to learn, but also when you apply for this job, I want you to send them a social media outline. It's going to make you stand out, but it's also going to teach you what you need to know as you're applying for these jobs. So give me a like. This is a lot of value, and also give you a template at the end that makes this so easy for you, and you're going to crush it when you apply for this job. All right, before I get to this awesome template, step number 4, something that's so big in tech and not talked about enough when people apply for these jobs in social media is releases. When a new product or a new feature is created, they're going to depend on you to get it out to the public. So you got to have a plan for this. So in your interview, I want you to be prepared to tell them exactly how you're going to crush every single release they do. And you're going to do this with the perfect formula. The perfect formula for release is a mixture of this. Written content, just writing out about the feature. Video content, showing the feature. GIFs are also really cool. They're like 3-second motions of the feature. Then you have UGC, user-generated content, which is extremely important. Show other people using this new feature. And then lastly, you just want static images, carousels, any other visuals that'll show your feature in a cool way. Step number 5, this is how you're going to get the job. It's also how you're going to train yourself to make sure you're qualified for the job. So let's go back to those 5 companies you chose. You love them, you know them, you feel passionate about them. So now let's build out a plan for them. The good news for you, and why you're following me, or why you should be following me, is I've already done a lot of this work for you. Just click the template that's in the description. Now you've got the template. All right, so first, fill in your name. Let's get that right. Let's get the company name, and then we're going to fully dive in. I have the platforms written here. I have the importance of what I think is most important, but again, everything changes per company. So be adaptable here. So let's go into company background and target audience. First off, let's just start with the company overview. Who is the company? What do they do? What are their products and services? Make sure you get this right and put it in your own words. Make it feel special because they're very used to the messaging that they have. Next, we have the target audience. So define their demographics, who are they reaching out to, and then tell them a little bit about how you would reach out to them. How would you connect? Lastly, this is where we show them you mean business. Let's set goals. So let's go ahead and say, okay, I want to have X amount of engagement. I want to drive X amount of leads. Give real examples of what you're going to hit if you get hired into this job. The next two parts are the hardest. First off, we have content calendar. Again, right here, just show them the exact type of post you would do on each one. You don't have to go into full detail, but give some thought into this. Make it look unique. Again, as you scroll down, you'll see I've done some of the work for you. And then let's get to post creation. Let's show them exactly how you're gonna bring these different posts to life. So let's do a post draft. Draft a text exactly how you would post. Include the tone of voice, the style, and definitely get a good call to action in there. All right, on to visuals, multimedia. This is very important. Visuals are important to the company. You could go above and beyond, get extra credit and go on Fiverr and get someone to do this for you. But what I would do, just describe it. Just as if you were getting it built, describe exactly what you would get done. Then let's talk about the engagement strategy. This is extremely important because every time you engage with a customer or someone online, you're representing the brand. So show them exactly how you would represent them. All right, UGC content. This is extremely important, so make sure you have a good strategy for this. Tailor it to yourself, but the way I would go about this is say, hey, I want to give our product away free to the UGC creator, and then I want them to see how it works for them and tell me how it saved them time or how it made them better. That way it's real. It's not fake. I think they'll like that. All right, and lastly, to finish this off, analytics and KPIs. I'll give you some examples here, but just let them know, how are you going to track success? How are you going to win for them? And what numbers are going to prove that? And the last things I want you to keep in mind as you're doing this, creativity and originality. Demonstrate how this content is going to be unique and different from anything else they've ever seen. Also, make sure it's engaging. Brand alignment. Definitely make sure this content aligns with the brand. You're going to see their objectives. You're going to see how they talk. Make sure it aligns. Double check that. Platform understanding. Make sure you understand the platform. You can tell by on their website what their features are that they really care about the most. So make sure you highlight those features that they love and they celebrate on their website. And lastly, viral potential. Highlight any ideas on there that you feel could actually go viral. You'll know it as you're typing it out and build it out. You'll get this little tingly feeling like, oh, I killed that. Highlight that. You want them to see it. All right, now go get that social media job. Apply. I'm here for you. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments and enjoy this music.
I'm a trendsetter, posting fire content, making followers feel better. Oh yeah, I'm the social media manager. I run this digital game. Got the lights going up, ain't no one losing fame. I'm trending all day, never stopping for a rest. I'm the master of the internet, the one who's blessed.